I'm Ted Hinnenkamp. I've lived in Melbourne here since 1979, so I'm very much part of this community. And I want to talk about immigration. There's a Rome statute of the International Criminal Court which allows prosecutions for crimes against humanity. So what exactly are crimes against humanity? They're acts that are part of a widespread and systematic attack directed against any civilian population, including deportations directed at millions of brown and black-skinned non-violent immigrants. So according to the Cato Institute, 93% of the people who are being arrested without due process have no violent convictions. That's the Cato Institute. It's a very conservative group. Our black and brown-skinned immigrant neighbors are living in constant fear of attack, arrest, imprisonment, deported by Americans who mimic the Gestapo secret police methods of enforcement. A crime against the humanity includes imprisonment or other severe deprivation of physical liberty, enforced disappearance of persons, arresting or abducting someone, and then refusing to acknowledge it or provide information about their whereabouts. Detaining people in concentration camps like Alligator Alcatraz, deportation or forcible transfer of population, especially foreign gulags. These are all crimes against humanity. The architect of all these crimes against humanity is Stephen Miller. Whoa! Trump said Miller will not be satisfied until there are only 100 million people left in America and all of them will be white. Whoa! Miller's racism is driving all of these crimes against humanity. There are court rulings that have blocked some of these policies. A Ronald Reagan federal judge, Wilkinson, wrote on the refusal to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia from El Salvador. Here's what he said. This is a path of perfect lawlessness, one that courts cannot condone. Another federal judge writes about a nice affidavit as an inconsistent affidavit. Here's what he said about the affidavit, the federal judge. This is terrible, terrible affidavit. If you were before me in a criminal court and you were asking to get a warrant issued on this, I'd throw you out of my chambers. Another federal judge, Sweeney, on a Trump claim that courts do not have a role in regards to the Alien Enemies Act. This judge said, that sentence staggers. It is wrong as a matter of law and attempts to read an entire provision out of the Constitution. Another federal judge appointed by George Bush, his federal judge Gregory, writes on a claim that Venezuela has invaded the U.S., quote, as is becoming far too common, we are confronted again with the efforts of the executive branch to set aside the rule of law in pursuit of its goals. Another federal judge appointed by Trump, Judge Gallagher, writes on the deportation of an asylum seeker to El Salvador. Quote, defendants have provided no evidence or even any specific allegations as to how asylum seeker Christian or any other class member poses a threat to public safety. That's my little stick.